Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Yevamot page 9, which discusses one of the most serious crimes that a person can commit according to Jewish belief, and that is being an Ovid Avodah Zarah, worshiping idols. In fact, it is, as many know, part of the Aseret HaDibrot. It's found in the Ten Commandments. It is one of the worst things a person can do. And this is actually a capital offense. This is one of the situations where if there was proper warning and the person did it deliberately, they would actually be sentenced to death. Now, of course, the Jewish courts were only able to enforce such punishments in the time of the temple, not nowadays, but nonetheless, it's still something worthwhile looking at and understanding the significance, especially when it comes to whether you did the worshiping on your own as an individual or you were part of a much larger group. If you were in a city in which the majority of the people in that city worshipped an idol, then that city is called an Ir Hanidachas. And even though both people, the individual and the city that worship idols, they're both going to get the death penalties. However, there are actually different levels of severity, which is found in a different tractate, as to what is the most serious of all of the death penalties, in which, according to the majority opinion, the worst punishment one could get is called skila, namely stoning, which I'm not going to get into the details, but that is an individual who would worship idols as a yachid, as an individual. That would be his punishment, the absolute worst punishment. However, if you were part of a city in which the majority of them did this act of worshiping an idol, so the punishment is still extremely severe, but it is not as severe. The death penalty is called sayef, which literally means punishment with the sword. The question is, why do we make this distinction? Perhaps this shows how when a person is in groups, we are often influenced by those people that we're surrounded by. And maybe this is why the Torah is a little bit sensitive and understands this. And therefore, an individual who decides on their own to make this decision, that person will receive the most harsh of penalties. However, if you, for whatever reason, decided to associate with a group of people that are worshiping idols, even though you are also held accountable, the punishment is a little bit less.